And it says we are live. It is Wednesday night, not Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. Although I will say that I really don't know what to expect tonight. I have a kind of a number of things to sort of address. And I'll tell you now that the setup for this, our third anniversary show, was not exactly what I wanted it to be. But we'll get into all that in a minute. Of course, I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light up my baby. Hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links, all of that in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Like I said, I have some things that I'm going to sort of address and update and whatnot. Starscream Wife is sitting on the floor right now. I'll talk about why that is too. And yeah, we're going to talk about this week's news. There's a lot of reveals and stuff. You're probably going to hear her cough a few times, and I'll explain why that is in a little bit as well. We are going to talk about some. I have updates sort of in the title of kind of content for the upcoming week. Some of you have questioned me today, wondering where is the question for the countdown. I literally cannot put it up around. I will be doing a countdown on Monday, but it's going to be one of my design, and I'll explain why all of that is in a few minutes. I hope you guys are having a tremendous week. For those of you who are in Canada, I'm going to say it now. Happy Canada Day weekend up and coming. For those of you in the United States, happy 4th of July Independence Day weekend. Of course, Canada Day, July 1st, Friday, and 4th of July is 4th of July, right? Which I think is Monday, right? So there you go, right? This year, our celebratory weekend is the same weekend for us all. Let me get things kind of just set up here. And bear with me, of course, guys. I'm happy to announce that today we hit 5,500 subs. I tried to share it around, but that's when I discovered the problem. I'm not gonna lie though. Trying to grow is hard, real hard. People say the more subs you get, the easier it gets. No, it don't. No, it don't. Unless you're the sort of person who decides you're going to sell a bunch of stuff, or you're going to look for a billion sponsorships. And like I haven't, because I want to stay honest. So it's a lot harder that way, to be honest with you. But I'm appreciative literally of every single person that gives me any of their time. Hey, Anthony, I see you were first there. Hey, Prince. Oliver, happy to see you. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Brian. Waspinair says, taking it in on the drive home. There you go. After 3 months, finally got one Studio Pumpkin in the mail yesterday. Haven't transformed it yet, but he's gonna try once. Listen. I mean, I obviously have Cell behind me. If you got the pumpkin coloration, like, cool, it is tremendous. The transformation is bonkers. I went through it really quite detailed as I possibly could, which is why the review for Cell was so long, because there's a lot there. Basically, the dude turns himself inside out and then turns into a ball, basically, right? That's the long story short of it. And the way the arms are handled is very specific, and it's definitely the hardest part, right? You open them up, and the way that they, I'll say, tab in, like you have to have the elbow at the like just right bend. It's very specific, is all I'll say there. But enjoy, man. What a way to kind of kick off your Wednesday. Hey, Eyes. Hey, Warren. Hey, Paul. Congrats on the anniversary. Yeah, 3 years, man. 3 years of being here every Thursday night. Some weeks is on a Wednesday night. 3 years. And also, part of the reason things are thrown off this week is, you know what? I'll get into that now, why things are thrown off. I wasn't able to share anything around. I tried this morning to share around the 5,500 sub announcement. It's looking rough to get 10K in 2022. It'd be nice, but it's looking pretty rough since we're into the end of June already, and I just did 5,500, right? Although I've been at this now for a lot of years, longer than most. I started this February of 2016, and it's not easy. But I think part of the reason it's not easy is because, let's be realistic, I am brutally honest, and I'm not necessarily nice about it, and that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I'm not into, telling you what you want to hear. I give you the information you got to hear. Those that get it, and that's why I value our community so very much, because I think everybody here gets it, right? I'm not like the rest, and I never have been, and I don't want to be honest with you. I've been doing the live show for 3 years, and when I done the very first one, I was really sort of experimenting with live streaming. I think the first show was like 20 minutes, and it was on June the 27th of 2019, 3 days, 27, 28, 29, 30, 3 days before mine and Starscream Wife's wedding and our anniversary. So the anniversary of the show pretty much coincides with our wedding anniversary. And the plan as of last week was that we were going to do something tomorrow, and then it's Canada Day weekend. So then it's the weekend, although I do have a video for Friday. That's changed after all this time. I hate to say it, but the big C, the thing that should not be said, has finally hit our house. Luckily, the Scraplets are not here. I have been negative so far, but Starscream Wife is a hurting unit. She is doing the best she can. Obviously, that's thrown a crimp into our plans. We're pretty much staying home. So if you hear her coughing and whatnot, she literally is sick and cannot help it. Right? It's been one of those weeks, man. It's been one of those weeks, right? Woo! Start the summer. But we're adjusting as we go. Furthermore, I wasn't able to share around the 5,500 sub mark, or a question for the countdown this week, or anything else. I'm not even going to be able to share around the live stream. Usually after we go off air from here, I end up sharing the link around with all the news and whatnot. I'm going to be severely hampered with that as well, because I woke up this morning and discovered that for some reason my Facebook account is restricted. I can't post or do anything in groups for 2 days. And then for the next 30 days, even if I post in groups, it's going to go to the bottom. So I'm not going to get any traction in the next month. Here's the funny part. Pretty sure it's a mistake because, first of all, there's nothing that would indicate I was hacked or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's a mistake because it said it was related to a post from 12:40 this morning. I was asleep. So I actually put in a error report, and I've contacted Facebook. We'll see what happens with it, but that's why things got to change. It is not a normal week. It has not been a normal Wednesday. So right now, I expect the anniversary show, as sad as I am to say it, I expect the anniversary show to be a low turnout. By all means, tell folks that we're on the air. But it's been a trying week. I'm not going to lie. Been a bit of a trying week, right? So we're doing the best we can to stay as upbeat as we can. We do have a lot of news to cover. Obviously, I certainly haven't been able to go to the hunt or anything this week. I do have a couple of things on the way. Did not arrive here in time, so I actually don't have any unboxing this week. The Friday video, I'll tell you now, is going to be the Jada 18 set die-cast guys, and we're going to look at them compared to their full-size versions. We're going to see kind of how they scale with a couple of Titans and whatnot, and where they might sort of fit in. So it's kind of a fun start, I hope, to the long weekend for everybody. That'll come up on Friday. Tomorrow, still being our wedding anniversary, I'm not doing jack, man. Not doing jack tomorrow. But we do have a lot of news to talk about. That is for sure and certain. Let's go down here just a little bit. Hey, Alex. Progress is a slow process, especially when you are as much of a troublemaker, feather disturber as what I tend to be. I think I hurt myself a lot way back in the day when I told the truth about that Studio Series Hot Rod. Man, to this day, I still get people that hate on me for it. And I'm like, man, you can be in denial all you like. You can like it all you like, but the numbers and the facts don't lie. And that's what I did. I never review anything based on, Oh, what I like about it. It's always, here are the facts. Now, I might like it, and maybe sometimes I've marked it a little easier. Like, for example, I'll give you a good example. On Friday's video, I give Shockwave, when we get to him, I give his paint a 9.5 because I love purple. It's my favorite color, and I thought it looked quintessentially Shockwave. However, after the fact, and upon further inspection, I realized his thighs are painted purple, and they really should be gray. And I oddly, on the video, there's like a splotch on his chest of, I'm going to say gold or yellow, like his eye, that I didn't see with the naked eye. I only saw it after the fact. So like I did grade him easily. Normally when I do that, I point it out and say, hey, this is what I think it is. I understand objectively this is what it is, right? So it's difficult to be objective because you get a lot of flack for it. And there's a few reviewers out there like it. And I think that they would attest that, growth and progress is a slow thing because of that as well, right? Hey, Grimlock Gone, happy you're here. Speaking of which, Friday's review and the one we had on Tuesday is courtesy of Grimlock Gone. Hey, Brian, thank you very much. Hey, Ultra Megatronus. Hope you're getting through. Hope you're getting through that toy hack set that you were doing earlier. I couldn't comment, but to be honest with you, all of those sets take hours upon hours for me. I don't find it therapeutic or enjoyable. Like, they look all right. I have so many there to do, but I need the time to do it. And right now, I'm going to tell you what it boils down to. Do I spend time putting on stickers for you guys, or do I work on Universal Collision? Because I can't do both. I do not have the time to do both, not with the amount of time that it takes to do both. For me, I think Universal Collision is more important. Found a Blitzwing at Walmart, and it's not that bad. Pictures came out nice. Still not the best. See, here's the thing. Not that bad, not the best. Like, that's not going to fly for me. When they want $80 for that thing, it needs to be pretty much perfect because it's a Voyager and you're trying to way overcharge for it, as best as I could tell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be like Galvatron, and I'll look at the mask and say, holy smokes, look at that. But I know that when I tried to do that with Astro Train, I was super duper disappointed. Couple of get well soons coming in for Starscream Wife.
Thanks, guys.
She's saying thanks, guys, in a pretty weak little voice. Someone has reported a post of yours. Maybe. Honestly, Brian, I think that would be the case. And I'm not going to get political or anything like that. But I'm just going to say that I did make a comment that maybe could have got reported by someone related to a certain case that was overturned that's been held up for 50 years, not even in my country. And I made a certain comment about it. I think we all know what I'm talking about without me saying it. How do I say it without saying it? And kind of what I thought about that. I'm sure that ruffled some feathers. I mean, you guys know what I'm like with Transformers. Imagine what I'm like in the real world, right? Imagine what I'm like in the real world. There's a reason that I have a line on Spring that's GotBot unapologetic, because I am unapologetic. Never apologize for telling the truth. Never, ever apologize for telling the truth, even if, ruffle some feathers, right? I've been getting hit with a similar thing about old posts. As we go down. Hey, Vector. Thank you, sir, for the happy anniversary. Thank you, guys, for the happy anniversaries. Hey, JDM. What else do we have here? Going down here a little bit. I ordered a Legacy Blitzwing yesterday. I can't bring myself to order it. I really can't. I don't see the value there yet. I mean, I've been surprised. Don't get me wrong. I've been surprised. And maybe I'll be surprised with Blitzwing. But, like, I feel like I got burned so badly with the first triple changer that I really didn't like. That now I feel like, you're overcharging me for another one. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Time will tell, but I don't know. Right now, I'm still preferring my Titans Return. But to be fair, I also done a ton of custom work on my Titans Return, right? I mean, it is what it is. Hey, Paul. Just got Sludge in the mail. My Sludge is pre-ordered through GameStop, and they're saying August. So I'm not going, if I see them, I'll get them, but I'm not holding my breath for getting them any earlier. We'll see. Greetings from Lloydminster. Hey, in Alberta. You know, like I'm on holidays now is the thing. It's been a bit of a rough start because of a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to say I haven't enjoyed it. Like, I tell you what I did today, really for you guys, kind of for me, but really for you guys. So, of course, I said one of my major things I want to do now this summer is finish the season finale of Universal Collision for season 2 and get deep into season 3, which is going to be done different. I'm going to do an episode, edit it, all the voice work, everything, do it and put it up. And then I'll do episode 2 and episode 3, and we're going to go through it that way instead of trying to do the whole season because I'm like years behind now, right? So I've gone back and pretty much marathon season 2 to make sure that I'm going to have all of the pieces fitting together the way I want them to fit together for the season finale, because there's a lot that goes on. You know, like some people might get, if you haven't been paying attention, right? Some people would get confused about the 2 broadsides and the Arryn-Spark syndrome. And some people would get confused about how all 4 of the primes might come together. And why are there 4 Decepticon sects that are coming together? To those people, I would say go back and watch the season 1 epilogue where the 4 primes talk to Alpha Trion. And he kind of gives them the setup for season 2. And, you know, there's a lot of talk about how Primus is trapped in the void of nothingness that used to be Unicron's prison. And now Unicron is out in this one overriding omniverse because the multiverse is now collapsed, right? So, like, there's a lot of details and a lot of complexity and a lot of things that weave and turn. You know, the introduction of Megatronus, there's hundreds upon hundreds of characters, not only in the story, but in the season finale. Like, in episode 11, when Overlord and Megatron do battle, you see all of that mass of Decepticons, right? All of those are going to, you know, collide with a mass of Autobots in the season finale. Episode 12 is going to be a mammoth episode, not just in scope of characters. It's going to be really long. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a long episode. Episode 13 won't be as long, but it is, of course, like that epic showdown, right? And then, of course, there's Little Beachcomber. Where does he fit into everything, right? So there's a lot going on with season 2. So I went back and I marathoned it to make sure all the pieces fit together the way I want them to. You really got to pay attention. I'll say that. You really got to pay attention. That's how my mind works. I'm big in scope, so that's how my mind works, right? I had him on HasLab, but I saw it on eBay for a decent price, and I grabbed it. Nice, Troy. Or Paul. Sorry, I saw your last name first. Okay, so let's get into the news, because I've been on here now jaw-jacking with you guys a bit, and I do love doing it, by the way. Hey, Lance, and we will have some room to do that tonight. I'm not going to lie, no pickups, because really we've been isolating, right? Like I feel fine. Starscream Wife doesn't, but better safe than sorry, right? So I am waiting on a couple of things. Ultra Megatronus actually has something headed my way, and that should be here before next week's show, which will be back in our usual Thursday time slot. Let's get into the news. So very first thing would be the updates that I already went through. There will be a countdown. It will be one that I constructed. It'll be my picks. I'll explain all of that on Monday. I already told you what Friday's video is going to be. I'm thinking next week's reviews are going to be a couple of Devastators, actually. Old Devastators is kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see. We'll see about that. And kind of take it as it comes. Of course, now I am once again deep into Universal Collision. As those get done, they will take up a Friday slot, because Friday is when I do the stop motion premieres. And I'm hoping now to kind of get into some things. Anthony is going to kind of help me out with some things up and coming when I have the time, and when we're kind of, back to normal around these parts and on the mend and stuff a little bit, right? So that's up and coming. I really hope to get some creator and corporate man stuff kind of tucked away, and we'll start adding that down the road in the next couple of months sometime. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I do have some plans here that are coming. In the news, MP52 is getting the Coronation upgrade kit. So if you were in Japan, apparently you could I think it was like buy all 3 of the Seekers. You had to send in like proof of purchase, and then you would get like the coronation set for Starscream that gives him his shoulders and gives him his crown. And there's a hard plastic cape. I think it would have been better if that was soft goods with wire in it, but what do I know? I think that's exclusive from Takara in Japan. However, they're starting to go out for what it's worth. It's one of those things, though, if you wanted it and you have all those Seekers and it's only offered in Japan, I get it that you're probably like, oh, man, what a bummer. Like, I can't get it. Now you know how I feel about a lot of stuff that comes out and is like exclusive in the US. Looking at you, Centurion Pack, even though our buddy Dragonfly helped me out a ton with that. And I honestly, I can't thank him enough. Yeah, we'll I'll end up having to talk to Anthony a bit. I think he thinks that my technological skills are far more superior than they are. Newsflash, I'm lucky I could turn this thing on. Like, I don't know technology. I had I didn't touch a computer until like 2004. I had a flip phone until 2015, 2016, something like that. I had a long time, right? Maybe 2017. I don't know, something like that. So, like, technology, I'm not an early adopter. You're lucky I don't have a VCR. Just saying. Let's go on down through. There were some new images of Slicer and Exosuit. Now, I'm not going to lie. I love Slicer because I love Wheeljack, and this is an all right mold. I got nothing against this. I think this is a pretty good mold. This, of course, is Black Rorichi, and the Exosuit is technically a shattered glass Black Rorichi, some have said, but it looks pretty cool. It's fine. The only limit with this that I don't like is like that's it for the shoulders. The shoulders are kind of limited, and that always was a bummer to me. Just like I pointed out a moment ago with the coronation set being like exclusive to Japan, this is one of those things again. Like it's a Pulse exclusive. It's prohibitive to come here. I can't get it. So neat. Slicer and Exosuit are great. They're neat. Sure, I'd love to have them, but I kind of can't, and that's a bummer. So what do? Lament about it or be happy with the shattered glass guys I got? You know what I mean? We'll see how life works out. But there you go. And online scripts scripts are being put up online courtesy of that, again, Sunbow Marvel Archive. Apparently in 2008, a number of scripts were put up by somebody who owned them. Apparently now volumes 4 and 5 are being put up on that archive. And this covers a number of episodes, including Autobop, The Gambler, Crimzeek, Make Tracks, and I don't know, maybe another 10, 15 more. Like, there's a lot going up. So if you're interested in reading scripts, again, they're going up in that Marvel or that Sunbow Marvel archive. So at least they're online. And until now, they had never had a digital online presence. So it's nice that they will be preserved now for posterity. Nothing like having paper in your hand, but it's nice that they're being preserved for posterity. What else do we have here? Some Earthspark listings, maybe. That's what it looks like. Some more listings were found. We already heard about Deluxe Mark and Deluxe Owen, and apparently they were references to wrestlers Mark Henry and the late great Owen Hart. Weird, very strange. But now there are some more with Terry, Gabron, and Chester. Again, these are obviously code names. I've heard that the Terry is a play on the wrestler Terry Funk. I don't know what the Gabron or the Chester would be. I don't know. It's very, very strange. They're deluxes. I mean, they are what they are. But that's not it from Earthspark. Also, sticking with Earthspark, we have 3 listings that are at the $11.99 US price point. So they're probably more like $17.99 here. A lot of people said that it's probably gimmick. I'm thinking it's going to be core class. It could be gimmick, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's core class. And there's 3 of those coming. I don't know. Is it gimmick? Is it core? It's $11.99. I expect them to be pretty tiny and kind of probably throwaways. We'll see. It's nice, though, that Earthspark is being smart, even if it's core. I said for Cyberverse, all of that warrior stuff and whatnot at the beginning, all of that gimmicky junk at the beginning, throw all that aside. Cyberverse from the very start should have had the excellent deluxes that it had. I hope that they're kind of pushing all of that other junk aside this time and going in strong right away. Let's start Earthrise or Earthspark out strong. Let's give it deluxes. And I don't even think it's gimmick. I think it's core class. It's a guess. I think the 1199 is going to be core class. And before anybody says that's not how much core is in the US, maybe you're starting to catch up to Canada where every single new wave you get a price hike. That's pretty much the way it's been here for a long time. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's a gimmick thing. I really, really sincerely do. But I won't be surprised if it's not. It looks like the deluxes will be $24.99 US, which falls in the deluxe price point without an increase, which is nice. I'm interested to see them. I don't think Earthspark is necessarily going to be for me, but you never know. Maybe it'll be great. I mean, the Cyberverse deluxes are excellent, right? Also, we found a listing for Studio Series Bumblebee Voyager Nest 2. I assume it's going to be mold reuse of some sort. I assume it. You want to know what I honestly think it's going to be? I think it's going to be a gray legacy bulkhead. I think it's going to be a grayed out legacy bulkhead to look more military. Or it's going to be a grayed out, I'm going to go back in time here, Last Night Hound. I don't know why, but I feel like just like the Bumblebee Jeep is a grayed out thing and they call that Nest and it's a deluxe, I think that this Voyager is going to be some mold like that we've had before that'll be grayed out. It'll be interesting to see what it is. See, you hear. It'll be interesting to see what it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm in for it. I don't care. Though I will say this. I've seen the Nest B, and it looks fine. Looks pretty cool. I've seen it in store on shelf here. And I do think that of all the Studio Series Bumblebee molds, I think the Jeep one, by far, is the best one. Like, easily the best one. All the other ones, hot garbage. The Jeep one actually works like it should. And I've heard that that's the mold used for the Cybertronian B127 with like remolded parts. So I assume the B127 and the Cliff Jumper are also excellent. That is what you need to do for a B transformation. It was fun. It wasn't frustrating. It was interesting. And I felt rewarded in both modes. I don't feel like that with any of the like Camaro car ones. I feel like they're just frustrating hot garbage. They don't look good. They don't fit together well. I didn't think the Volkswagen was done good at all. I think that was an abstract failure. But the Jeep, man, go figure, right? The Jeep I thought was great. It'll be interesting to see what this Voyager is. I just fear that they're going to call it Bumblebee again. For the love of God, please don't call it Bumblebee again. We saw some interesting stock images from Takara for Elita 1, for Tarantulas, and for, who was the other one? Motormaster. And I like what they're doing because they're giving you 4 or 5 pictures mid-transformation so you get an idea of how things are going to work. I think the Elita 1 / Minerva mold is pretty clever. I think it's pretty neat. I sort of like it. It even has kind of a Gerwaki type of mode. But I think it's going to be a fun transformation. It makes sense. The way the legs tend to come out on the sides and fold down, sort of combiner warsing them. The arms will sort of fold up a la Bisque, for example, from R.E.D 2015 on the sides. And then the way the front of the vehicle will sort of fold away, I assume is what's going to give us mostly our chest and back, right? The Motormaster looks intricate. I've heard there are some finicky pieces on him. I don't know. I don't have the thing. And then we get to Tarantulas, who I was hard on. I'll admit, I was hard on Tarantulas. Looking at the transformation, though, I think I like it. I think I like the transformation. I didn't like any part of the crappy Black Arachnia being reused. And yes, she is crappy. That's the only word to describe her. If you like her, I don't know why. It's as simple as that. I don't get it because she's not good. But luckily, it's just the accessory that's reused. I've still been thinking, well, the new Tarantulas is going to have to be something special, man, to usurp the position of my 10th anniversary Tarantulas. He might just do it. He might just do it. The more I see, the more impressed I'm getting with Tarantulas. That being said, they also showed their packaging for the new Studio Series Wheeljack and Brawn windowless. In addition to that, we have seen new R.E.D. red packaging for the Thundercracker, for the Prime Optimus Prime, and for the Prime Megatron. And guess what? Again, windowless. I'm not digging this. I'm not leaving a store. You can if you want. I am not going to be leaving a store because here's the thing. I don't trust Hasbro at this point. I don't think they're a reputable company at this point. I don't think we can trust the quality of their products for the price that they're putting it out for at this point. I will not. I refuse to leave a store without they let me open it up and see that everything is there and that everything is assembled the correct way. I, for one, won't be doing it. And if a store says, no, you can't do that, then keep it. I'm not buying it. I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that. And truth be told, I don't do it really with other things. Like a lot of times you'll open it and you'll check it to see if it's in there. They're forcing it. They're forcing it not because they're trying to save the environment. That is a load of malarkey. I'm going to tell you why they're doing this. They're doing this because they have investors that are green companies, right? Because a lot of these investors are corporate entities, right? And these green companies are pushing their agenda and saying, hey, you got to get rid of all the plastic. They're like, okay. Let's make them just open, no windows. And then the heads got torn off and people stealing stuff and whatnot. So now they're going to say, let's make it windowless. I think they're going to hurt their brand. I think they're going to hurt the way it looks on the shelf. I think they are going to hurt themselves by, again, trying to please investors over fans. I mean, first was the yellow, now it's the packaging. You're not listening to fans. You're listening to your investors, and that's a mistake. Speaking of the yellowing issue, I want to address this guy a little bit. Are you looking to get it passed? Can you get it passed?
This wasn't there when I...
No, it wasn't. And I do put it over there, so it's not on me, right? This guy here. I want to talk about this guy for a minute. Our buddy Caldeo and I were I think it was Caldeo. We're talking, and he showed me a picture and said, it looks yellow. Like the buttons look yellow and the chest looks yellow and like this looks yellow. And I said, you know what? It kind of does in that picture. I said, which is weird. I said, because this is pearlescent paint. And then there was this long conversation about what pearlescent is. Pearlescent is like an off-white, metallic-y, pearly, silvery, whitey kind of color. This is the way he should look. He's not a bone white. He's not a stark white. He's not like a Tigatron white. Though on Tigatron, there are pearlescent paint apps on his thighs and on his forearms. Caldeo, I think it was Caldeo, and again, if I'm wrong, I apologize. Somebody can correct me. Said that his Tigatron was perfectly white. That's strange because he's not. Mine's not. This is what he should look like. If this looks yellow to you, cool, but it hasn't changed since I got him. This is the shade it always was. It's a pearlescent. I love it. I think it's a metallic-y little off-white. It's like we've always wondered when we see the white on the show, is that white silver or is that white or what is it? I think that white is this. I think that white is this pearlescent off-white. I love it. I wish they'd use it more, to be honest with you. Fun fact, by the way, everybody has always said about how much better all the new stuff is. I mean, that leg is not better than what we had years ago. And I didn't notice this when I reviewed him. I love this guy, but his shoulders are just ball joints again. So they're going back to their tried and true cost-cutting measures without cutting the price. If anything, they're upping it. Pay attention. You're a consumer. I'm a consumer. Pay attention to what's happening. Don't let them away with it. As we go on down here, that was a lot about packaging, hey? Let's see what else we got here. We saw the Buzzworthy 4-pack. Yes, the Buzzworthy 4-pack. And we know that there is a very gold-looking gold bug. Love the look of gold bug. Absolutely love it. There is as well in that pack gold bug who's very, very gold. Then there's who else is in that pack? Then there is the Scorponok, I guess. We're going to call it Scorponok. Now, he comes with both heads, both the regular Scorponok head and the mutant head. And apparently, like, it's the, like I say, original coloration that we got in the toy, which I'd never liked. I never wanted it. I explicitly painted the original in the show accurate colors, right? So that one to me is sort of a throwaway. I absolutely dig and am in for Ransack 100%. I love Kickback. Ransack is the logical reuse of that 100%. And then we get to Skywasp. And I had a couple of people came back to me and they said, you said it was going to be Paralyzer or Parasite, and it's neither. It's Skywasp. Okay, let's clarify what that is. First things first, there is a Paralyzer coloration kicking around. Paralyzer is mostly white and purple. Comes from the Diaclone War-Orders. I can't say the word, but it goes back to a BotCon exclusive 4 set from 2014, 2015, something like that. Then we also have, so that coloration is Paralyzer. Then we also have Parasite. Parasite is like again, it's from Diaclone. It is the black and purple coloration. It is Skywasp. Parasite and Skywasp, same dude. They've just renamed him Skywasp. They've given Skywasp a personality. Skywasp apparently is pretty cruel, pretty petty. He has the same teleporting ability as Skywarp. He likes to attack from behind. Apparently he uses his teleporting ability better than Skywarp. He'll only ever used it like once, right? I like him. I do. I like him. I don't know why they changed the name to Skywasp instead of just keeping it as Parasite, but whatever. It's interesting though. If you actually look them up, it says that Skywasp is like from like the, I don't know, Generation 1 or the Beast Wars continuity or whatever. But Parasite is from the Diaclone continuity. So go figure, right? I guess they just didn't want to cross with Diaclone, I suppose. I don't know. So the rename exists, yes, but I think it was a late rename. I'm okay with it. Like with that black and purple color scheme, I get it. Like Parasite was a fine name, but it sounds evil. When you look at him, you get those Sky Warp vibes. So why not call him Skywasp? I'm okay with it. So really, this set, I'm in for 3 out of the 4. I think that it's great. Also, Skywasp comes with both heads, so you can have him look like Waspinator if you want, or you can have him look like Buzzsaw. It's up to you, right? So I think that's kind of a neat little nod. I like the 4 set. I think it's a better 4 set than the last 4 set. What else do we have? Oh, Project Yellow. Yes. Now, it's very interesting because I said that I thought that Project Yellow was actually going to be maybe one of the movie crossovers. I knew it was going to be a crossover, a collaborative, I should say. And I figured it was going to be one of the movies because a lot of times when we've had color, it's been in relation to some movie. Same with number. This is not. This is a collaboration and a crossover with Tonka. Yup, Tonka. So it's the weirdest thing. They're taking G1 Devastator. G1, the famous brick. Fun fact, I've never in my life reviewed or handled G1 Devastator other than Hook, who I had as a kid and broke in half. That's it. I've heard that the Constructicons don't combine. They go connected to a body part, basically. And that outside of like a little bit of elbow movement, that's it. Literally no movement whatsoever. And now we're getting an Autobot good guy version of that in Tonkanator. All Autobots, all that Tonka yellowy orangey, not the deep orange that G2 had, but like the yellowy orangey Tonka color. It's the weirdest collaborative ever. I don't have a clue what the price is going to be. I feel like it got to be super niche. Not for me in the least. Speaking of collaboratives, a few years ago, I'm sure I probably even talked about it here on the live show, we had some crossovers with Street Fighter that came out by Takara in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Now they're going to be released by Hasbro as well. I think they're being done as 2-packs, if I'm not mistaken, with one of them being Hot Rod Ken and Thrilling 30 RC Chun-Li, and the other one will be Voyagers, which would be Optimus Prime, Ryu, and Megatron, which is the Titans Return Megatron, and Bison. Not not for me. I was never a big Street Fighter 2 fan. I mean, cool. I've played it and stuff and neat. I don't think I need an M Bison or a Ken, or it's not for me, but it's definitely for someone and some big video game fans and Street Fighter fans that probably didn't get it from Takara and have always wanted it. You know what? I think that they'll be in for it. I think that they'll be happy with it. All of that, the Tonkanator, the Street Fighter crossovers, all of it, Target exclusives in the US will be Toys R Us exclusives here. Starscream, if you were just looking at me, did you need me?
No, I just made the trip from upstairs and tired.
Oh, well, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. We also have, this was interesting, in the latest Figure King magazine, which I think comes out in Japan, they actually have a sticker sheet in there that is for the MPG, Shuki, and technically Raiden, because there's stickers for like Shuki's shield, which is Raiden's chest, and then a number of other stickers. I'm not a huge stickers guy, but it's kind of neat that was done. I don't know how readily available Figure King magazine is in Japan, but you know what? I like, if you're in for Raiden, then you might as well be in for the sticker sheet. By the way, I saw an image comparing the Moon Studio Shuki and the MPG Shuki. Man, the MPG is significantly smaller. Like, significantly smaller. It was very interesting to see. I'm going to check in with you guys. And then, actually, you know what? I'm going to do the trivia. I'm going to check in with you guys, and then we're going to talk about the last of the reveals and my thoughts on those. So, the trivia this week, I think it's an easy one. I think it's an easy one for the anniversary show. 3 years we've been here. 3 years you guys have been giving me some of your time, and trust me when I tell you, I love you for it, man. I really, really do. It's not just me saying it. It's not just me whistling Dixie. It's not just me pandering. You know I don't pander to a soul on this planet. If I say it, I mean it. So if I'm giving you a thank you, I damn well mean it. And I'm as serious gets when I say it. All right, so the trivia. Who was the next combiner after Devastator in G1? Who became the next combiner after Devastator? Was it A, Menasor? Was it B, Superion? Was it C, Defensor? Or D, Bruticus? Was it Menasor, Superion, Defensor, or Bruticus? Who was the combiner that came immediately after Devastator? Because we know Devastator was the first G1 combiner. And I'm talking about on the TV show, right? In the series. Who was the next one that came after Devastator? I'm going to check in with you guys. By the time I get down, should see some answers. My package, Ultra Megatron, is slated to arrive on July the 6th, which would be Wednesday. It's in Canada. I know that. And it's on the move. I know that. Gonna have to watch later. That's okay, Warren. You do what you gotta do, man. If your internet's acting up, I get it. Like, did you hear about my week? Right? Ooh, and that jumped down. Hold on here, guys. How far up do I have to go here? I gotta go down here a bit because it really kind of jumped on me a little bit. A lot of the get well soons. I hope we have a good. We'll make the best of it. We always do. Like, even if we're just chilling out tomorrow, like, you know what? It's not about the wedding. It's about the marriage. It's about the family. It's about the life. That's what's important. Still doing the toy hacks. Glad you're on vacation, dude. I get it, man. I get it. I totally get it. As we go down here a little bit. Thank you for the happy anniversaries, guys, as I'm going down here. Hey, Dragonfly. Hey, Manitoba. Hey, Devlin. Go down here. Hey, Joseph. You just commissioned a Cell Comics shaded Marvel Comics my MP size purple Soundwave. Oh, man. That's a mouthful. I'd love to see that. Wild. I'd love to see that. I bet it will look really good when it's done, though. Got a new laptop. Ordered, making the parts for the connectors. Nice, nice, nice. I'll need them hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, I saw a picture of like the weaponizers and different configurations and stuff. I also saw an interesting one that was Optimus connected to the Siege. Well, not connected. He was placed with the Siege Jetfire. That was interesting to see. Open the box before I leave the store, likely to make sure nothing is defective. Yeah, because you can't trust them. You can't trust the QC because remember, they don't do that no more, right? They don't bother check QC. Hey, input. SS Ratchet was yeah. Dragonflies Studio Series Ratchet. He sent me a picture. I think it was left thigh yellow right out of the package, and I mean like significantly yellow. When you look at the two thighs, like the left one was, it was yellow. It was yellow, like yellow. It was I would not be played. I'd return it if it was me. Hey Jay. I won't forgive them for the name Skywasp. I understand to play on Skywarp. What's next? Sealfish? That'd be a weird one. Seafish. That's funny. Fish boy. Skywasp is cool, but I like the name Parasite more. So do I. I'm going to call him Parasite, but you know. 105 US. I don't know what's 105 US. I missed something there. I have the Titan Ken or the Takara Ken Chun-Li set, and I'm sure they're fine. Like I'm sure like that hot rod's a decent hot rod, and that RC is still my RC. They're great molds. I'm just not invested in the Street Fighter characters enough. You need a Tonkinator. See, some people will want it for sure. It's definitely niche and weird. Bunch of A's. Ladies and gentlemen, no. The next one is apparently, and I had to look this up because I would have guessed A too. The next one apparently is B. It is B, Superion. Apparently Superion was the next one. Go figure. I didn't think so either, but evidently it was. I think it was A too. But apparently the official answer is B. Next was the aerial bots, and then obviously right on their heels were the Stunticons. I think it was the other way around. But when I looked up the answer, that's what I found. I'm like, okay, I'll go with it because it's what they officially say. But I don't think it's the right answer either. I'm with you guys. Thanks for the happy anniversaries. Hey, Jorge. Purple Soundwave. It's a collaboration with what? One Ryugan singer. I don't know what that is. Jorge or George. I don't know if it's Jorge or George, and I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. The Tankastator or whatever he is. 105 US for a G1, a recolored G1 Devastator. No, thanks. That's wild. That's a wild price, man. Glad the stream was tonight. Heading to Ann Arbor tomorrow for your daughter's heart surgery. So best wishes. I mean, I'm sure all of us here, right now, as I'm looking, the count is currently at 27. I'm sure all 27 of us here wish you and your daughter the best. I mean, you don't mess with that stuff, right? Let me know how it goes, man. Absolutely wishing you the best. Was that comic? Because I don't remember that in the cartoon. No, apparently it wasn't. Wild, right? In the cartoon, Minosaur was first. Apparently not. Like, I'm with you guys. I'm like, yeah, he was first. And then the Autobot said, well, if they're going to take to the road, we're going to take to the sky. And when I looked it up, it was apparently the other way around. I'm like, I don't think so. I think that's wrong. I think somebody messed up some of the official stuff, to be honest with you. I'm with you guys. I'm 100% with you guys. I think the answer is A as well. Officially, it's B, but I think the answer is A. Hey, Elmatic. All right. Let's get into the Purple Soundwave was a collab with Hasbro and a music. Oh, okay. It was a collaboration with Hasbro and some musician. I got you now. Ah, that's what it was. That's what input just cleared it up. The Stunticons came first, but Superion merged before Menasor, before the Stunticons merged. That's probably it. Key to Vector Sigma was definitely yeah, I know it's Key to Vector Sigma, Jay. I'm with you, but I just because the Stunticons were created first didn't mean that they merged first. I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you what the official answer was. We're spending a lot of time on the trivia. Let's say A and B are right. Everybody wins. It's an anniversary. Present for everybody. You all win. You're all right. Yay! I don't know. You guys should know by now that, like, I'm a bit of a lunatic. You never know what's going to happen here. We've had some weird conversations over the years. What? Pedantic wording for the trivia? I guess. Not really. The official answer is Superion. I'm telling you what the official answer is, but I agree with you guys. Superion merging for... I don't know. Let's move on. We're going to talk about, because I've been here a while, and actually, I'm not going to lie, I haven't really eaten yet today. I've been busy, so I'd like to go eat. Plus, Starscream wife is waiting, and she's being very patient and understanding. So let's get out of here. We're going to talk about the last bit of news. And the last bit of news... Did I just mark on myself? I didn't mark on myself. The last bit of news comes to us with some reveals for Velocitron and Legacy. So with Velocitron Wave 2, we have Leader 2. So, like, I don't think that has a name yet. It's just a leader listing. It'll be interesting to see what that ends up being. We do have Voyager Hot Rod. Some people have said, I don't get that. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Guys, you had a Voyager Hot Rod before in Studio Series, remember? That was a Voyager, remember? Honestly, though, this time around, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be going for a Cybertronian look for Hot Rod. I'm guessing an IDW-ish type of look, and I'm going to guess that it's going to be derived from the Overdrive mold. I could be wrong, but my guess is Overdrive is considered a Voyager. I think they're going to derive a Hot Rod from that Overdrive mold. Be interesting to see if that's accurate or not. Deluxe Shadow Striker. In for it. 100% want a Shadow Striker. Deluxe Crasher. Isn't it funny that last week we did top 10 race cars, and at number 10, Fracture/Crasher made it. Now, a bunch of people said, I don't know that character, what it looks like. 2007 movie release of the Classics Mirage mold, painted in the colors of Crasher. Did not look like Crasher, but I get where the homage was coming from. If this is the GotBot Crasher, it is a very interesting entry. We've never gotten GotBot's toys before. And the logic that was always given was that we can't, because Hasbro owns the fiction and another company owns, I want to say Bandai actually, but I could be wrong about that, owns the rights to the plastic. They have, Takara and Bandai have collaborated on a couple of things. Maybe they've smoothed the waters a little bit or something. I don't know. I could be wrong about who owns the rights to what. But I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Crasher, man. Very, very interested. I assume Crasher and Shadow Striker are likely to share the same mold with some remolding. I bet you that's what's going to happen there. So the Deluxes, I think, are cool. I'm not interested in the Voyager, and I doubt I'm interested in the Leader, but you might be. I hope I'm right about the Hot Rod, actually, because I know there are a lot of IDW fans out there that missed out on the MMC version. I think that this would be a nice nod to that for those fans that missed out on that version, hopefully. Then, to kind of end us off here, we have Legacy, what they're calling Year 2. And we have some stuff from all the size classes there. First, for the leaders. Leaders are very interesting, actually, because we apparently are getting a re-release of the Laser Optimus, a re-release of Blitzwing. I don't know how hard they are to get in the US. I haven't seen them here. Like, Ultra Megatronus sent a Leader Laser Prime here to our good buddy Maximal 10. I had a chance to review it, but to say I've actually seen to be honest with you, I don't see leaders anymore. Less and less stores are taking them because they're just rotting on the shelf. I mean, you're asking $80, or else $76.99 by the time you put tax on $80, right? More than $80. They're not going to sell. They're just not going to sell. It's as simple as that. You priced them too high that regular retail just aren't stocked. Not here, maybe in other provinces, but not here. They're not stocking the same. But that being said, while we are getting Prime and Blitzwing again, I think that the thing that a lot of people are going to want, not me, it's not for me. I'm not the market for it, but I'm very, very happy to say that finally, Armada Megatron, man. I know that there was the one that used the Combiner Wars mold, but I'm hoping for fans of Unicron Trilogy, I'm hoping you're finally getting your glorious Armada Megatron. I'm sure he has potential to be great, and I hope that they jam-pack him stuffed full of heft and mass and style and detail, a lot like they did with the Galvatron for us G1 fans. I hope that you Armada fans get that exact same sort of treatment where you say, man, this is the update I've been waiting for. I really, really hope that for you sincerely. Core class, Slug, or Slag, whatever name you want to use, and Sludge. Core class Dinobots, I mean, I don't get core class. I'm not going to lie. In a lot of ways, I don't understand why it exists. I really don't. And no, before people say it scales with Titans, no, they don't. No, they don't. Look at my video from Tuesday. Watch my video on Friday. That size scales closer to Titan, and even that is kind of big. So I don't really know where core fits in logically, but if you want core Dinobots, they're starting to roll them out, I guess. At the Voyager. We'll talk about Voyager last. Deluxe. Hotshot. I mean, I got the Cybertron Defense Hotshot. That's good enough for me. I got a Hotshot. I don't need a Hotshot because it's not for me. But again, I'm happy to see it for Unicron Trilogy fans. I hope it sells well. I hope that Unicron Trilogy fans get behind that in the Megatron. I'm not going to be supporting it because I don't want it, and I don't think it's worth the price. It's not for me. But my advice to anybody who is a Unicron Trilogy fan, do yourself a favor, support this if you want more of it. Needle Nose, about time. I mean, he's been in the fan vote for years and years and years. Yeah, in for Needle Nose. And Junkion 1. I don't know what it is, but I dig Junkions. Cool. Yeah, give me another Junkion. I could put it with my Sparkless my Sparkless bot, because I call him a Junkion, and throw him with Wreck-Gar. And I got a couple of other Wreck-Gar bikes. And Junkions. Yeah, I'm in for it. I'm cool with it. Then we get to the glory, man. But before I talk about that, I'm going to check in with you guys right here because I know you guys have been saying some stuff, and I've certainly been missing it a bit. Hey, Zoran. I'm not even debating, Jay, anybody else. I'm not debating it anymore. I'm telling you what the official answer is. If you want to go and yell at Hasbro, then go and yell at Hasbro and tell them, no, they were wrong on their show. It wouldn't be the first time Hasbro's been wrong about their own fiction. Trust me. Just saying. A lot of times the writers don't even know what the animation looks like. Listen, man. Listen, Zoran. Better late than never, buddy. I am really excited for Tarrant and TFP Skyquake. Yeah, the Skyquake. I forgot about that. Yeah, the leader Skyquake. I find it weird that he's a leader, but interesting choice. I would have expected him to be a Voyager more than a leader. I'm not sure how a leader makes sense, but we'll see. I'll have to see the thing. But right now I'm thinking Voyager. We'll see. Leader 1 Starscream crossover. Don't see it happening. It could, but I don't see it happening. And honestly, like Starscream's body type is not Leader 1, right? Legacy is a bust, in my humble opinion. I can see that, honestly, Zoran. Laser Prime and Galvatron have been warming shelves down here. Yeah, because they're too expensive. The average Joe. Here's the problem. they price themselves such that they're listening to the collectors, who a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are pure addicts and probably putting themselves in major debt because you got to have it. You got to have it all, right? But the average consumer who's going to go out and just pick it up because, oh, yeah, I had that as a kid. It's a little bit of nostalgia. Or the average consumer who's like, you know, I got a family, these other expenses. Or the average consumer who's like, oh, I got to get my kid something for a birthday party for their friend. They're not going to spend $80 or even $50. They're not doing it. They're going to say, what can I get for $10 or $20? That's enough to spend. That's lots. You've priced yourself out of your market is what you're doing. It's like you're driving off the cliff and you don't even realize it. My Walmart has a Legacy Laser Prime just sitting there for weeks now, right? It's almost $20 Canadian for core class. Now, don't tell me, Zoran. Listen, I'm on the East Coast, buddy. You don't need to tell me, especially the Toys R Us prices. They're nuts. Absolutely nuts. But I haven't seen any. I've seen very little Legacy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen core a couple of times. I've seen the Deluxes like once. I've seen a bunch of Voyagers. Voyager's been pretty abundant, and that's it. That's it. It has not been an abundant line here. Not going to lie. If they're doing Armada Megatron, I'm praying that the unreleased Armada Prime prototype is going to follow. I would assume it will follow. That makes the most sense. Long story short, Tonka was the owner of the GotBots in EU. Interesting. GotBots was released before TF. Yeah, we all know that GotBots was released. GotBots was a couple of years before G1. Like Challenge of the GotBots was in, I think, 83. But I forgot that Tonka had them. That's true. Tonka did have them. You're right. But Tonka doesn't own it anymore. They sold that off a long time ago. Long time ago. So now with Tonkatron, perhaps the GotBots. If Tonka still owned it, yeah. But my understanding is Tonka doesn't still own it. But I'd be down. Like, give us some GotBots. I'd be down with that. Skyquake could have been a commander class. Why would it be a commander class? That makes no sense. He is not the size of G1 Jetfire. I don't know. He's a Voyager. He's about the size of Megatron, who's a Voyager. I don't get it. I don't get some of the thinking behind some of the things that you guys say sometimes. I don't know. That's like when people say Tidal Wave is a Titan. No. He's not good commander, but in no way is he a Titan. Hey, David, what do I think of R.E.D? I think they should do the Action Masters and Alpha Trion. Everything else is a waste of time. But there's a way to do R.E.D and do it well. Now, that being said, I still don't know if I would get it. I reviewed Wave 1, and I hated the feel of the plastic. Tactile, I didn't like it. Sculpt, I think they look wonderful. I'll be honest, though, the Legacy is cool and all, but where's my Studio Series Fallen? Yeah, I agree with you. I'd like to see the Maverick redeco as a Leader 1. That'd be interesting. I don't think the Maverick looks very good. Maybe it'd be a decent Leader 1. Yeah, barely have any Legacy. I get that. Pretty sure G1 Starscream was the same plane as Leader 1. It is, but when he transforms, it doesn't transform the same. Leader 1's wings are on his legs, not up behind him. And he has like shoulder pauldrons. Like, it would make no sense. They don't look, their body types are nothing alike. I picked up a core Soundwave at Winners for $12.99. Yeah, and that's about what a core should be, to be honest with you. That Soundwave is pretty good. I reviewed that too. While you're reading chat, will you consider a size comparison of the Jada figures with O1 Studio Cell in Friday's review? No, I did not do that. It's already recorded. I did not, however, do that. Should have, but I didn't. But he is with they are with a couple of Titans. So stick around, you'll see it, right? It's a bit of a fun ride. It's 18 of them, and I think the whole video is like 25 minutes or something, but I run through it and cycle through it pretty quick. You'll see. I'm hoping it's a bit of a fun ride and something different. Hasbro brought Tonka, and now they have the GotBots brand, but not the rights to use it. Yeah, it's really weird the way the rights work. Skyquake is shorter than Megatron. Yeah, he As a commander, it would make sense. Okay, and the very last thing, so that I can get out of here, the Voyagers. In for both. I have wanted a Leo Convoy or Leo Prime for so long. And then it's so interesting. Of all of the Autobot leaders, of them all, the only ones now that I'm missing is Star Saber, who should be coming eventually, Lio Convoy, and Big Convoy. Give me those two. Give me those two, and there's no Autobot leader, Maximal leader, whatever left that I don't have. I've got a version of them all. For the Decepticons, I kind of have versions of them all, at least as far as like the G1 Beast Force continuities go. I kind of have versions of them all. Some of it is customized, like my custom Violent Jiger, for example. And if you got Black Zarak, technically you have Dark Nova, because Dark Nova took over that body. So you sort of have Dark Nova, right? So some of it you're sort of stretching a little bit. I do have all the generals, the 9 generals that go with Violent Jiger too. So I'm pretty happy about that. There's certain things in collecting that when you get there, you feel like you have reached a conclusion and you feel like you've accomplished something. And that's where I'm to with my leaders. So a Lio Convoy for sure. And then Tarn. Bit of a controversial pick. Some people think it's going to be a remold of something that's already out, like the Siege Megatron or something. I don't think so. I think he's going to be a brand new mold. I hope he's a brand new mold. And I hope he's as foreboding and sinister as we all know him. Whether you're a fan of him from the comics or a fan of him from the Cyberverse. Make that dude one bad dude. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you coming by. Again, I'm going to say Happy Canada Day to our Canadian viewers. Happy 4th of July to everybody down in the U.S. Thank you for all the well wishes for our wedding anniversary and for the anniversary of the live stream on to year 4. I will see you guys the usual time next week, next Thursday. Hopefully, we'll have an unboxing then as well and some fun, interesting news. Hopefully, I can give you a progress update on how Universal Collision's Season 2 finale is coming as we move into Season 3, and hopefully some other fun stuff as the summer unfolds. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube at any time and become a channel member. Don't forget that somehow, some way, man, each and every single day, all 31 of you right now that are here, and everybody else, all 5,500, and even those that aren't subscribed and just come by now and then, you all do make a difference, not just to me, but in the world that you live in. Make that difference a positive one. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, usually on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, right here inside the videos.